Hey, my name is Parker, and I'm an occupational therapist and a certified hand therapist. Today I want to talk about the FepSim and what all comes with a FepSim. You see the two boxes we have here and the two units. It comes in a horizontal unit and a vertical unit. And really I just want to show you all of the different contents that come with the FepSim down from the unboxing itself as soon as you get it in your clinic that day. Okay, so what you can expect when you get the FepSim in your clinic, again, it's two separate boxes because there's two separate units. So we're gonna look at the vertical model here first. When you first take this out, you're gonna notice this nice carrying bag. So you can make the FepSim portable. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but just know that that is a feature that it has. We'll take the unit out itself. And then we'll take the base that houses a lot of the different attachments that will go on the FepSim unit. Okay, so we've got everything unboxed here. First thing I want to mention is kind of how compact the FepSim is. It's a lot of different parts, a lot of different attachments, but you can see this fits very nicely. It won't take up a lot of space in your clinic. The unit itself is actually made to sit right on top of the parts base. So again, this comes off fairly easily and you've got all of your parts and attachments within the parts base. So let's talk about the vertical model first, and really this applies for both models. First thing to notice is these little suction cups on the bottom. This will suction to most hard surfaces, some soft surfaces, but mostly hard surfaces. So that you can have a stable base for when the patient is turning or twisting or whatever they're doing with the FepSim. So again, good stable base. You push these little levers here, or these little knobs here to kind of release that suction. So very easy to move, not very heavy at all. So you can easily move that from patient to patient. Okay, it has a little counter on here to count the repetitions that is turned on here, and we'll go into that a little bit more later. So as you can see, this turns 360 degrees, and after you make a full rotation, you'll hear that little counter or ticker in there click, and that will give you credit for another rotation. Another thing to notice is the resistance level here. You can push that in. It's on level 1 now. You can go all the way to level 8, and those are graded with different pounds of force attached to each level that is listed in your manual. All right, and so same thing here for the horizontal model. You've got the graded resistance up top. You've got the counter up front here, and again, you can reset that counter if you go to another patient. You want them to do a certain number of reps of whatever activity or motion you're trying to obtain or work on. Now I just want to go into some of the attachments that we've got. That'll go really on either model, just depending on what you're working on. So we've got 2 of the 2-inch dowel grips, and this would really come in handy when you are performing bilateral activities. So 2 of those. Then you've got a little bit smaller one, 1.5-inch dowel grip. We've got a small knob. Obviously this could simulate any kind of like bottle top or any type of small knob itself. And again, these attachments can go on either unit, the vertical or the horizontal model. We've got the large knob. We've got the wrench and bolt attachment, which has been really handy. We've got the Phillips head screwdriver and the screw attachment. Got an attachment that simulates a faucet. Got a lever, a T-handle, a key, and a doorknob. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how these actually attach and just kind of go from there. So say you have a patient that is having trouble turning a doorknob. So let's talk about how to attach this to one of the FepSim units. So let's take, for instance, the horizontal model. You'll take this little knob and you'll shove it right on, and you'll hear it click. So it won't pull off unless you give it a good bit of force. So again, click that on. You'll have the patient turn to simulate whatever functional activity you're wanting them to achieve. Say you start with that and it's too easy, all you have to do is change the resistance, make it a little tougher, and then get that exactly where they need to be at that point in time. So very easy to grade up or down depending on your patient's needs at that current time. So again, these pull off really easily, easy to clean these. All right, just another example for the vertical model. Say you've got somebody that's having trouble opening jars or any type of lid, you can stick that right on top, and they can be standing, sitting, whatever will work best for them at that point. Have them work on twisting. And level 1 is really not a lot of resistance, so this is even good just for some ulnar deviation and radial deviation, so you can get some motion focus out of these as well. But obviously if you want to work on some strengthening, we'll bump that level up, make that a lot harder for the patient, so they're actually working on strengthening that motion, so that they'll be able to better do that functional activity. So I'm not going to go over every single one of the attachments here, but just use your imagination on how much these could help functionally for your patients. But I do want to go over just a few of these that we've really enjoyed in our clinic. Something that it's really hard to simulate is any type of screwdriver. So think about like an electrician or somebody that uses a screwdriver on a daily basis, and they're coming in and they're having trouble doing that. Put that attachment on and you get a graded resistance on that motion and that activity. So it's been very beneficial for our patients. We'll also take this little wrench and bolt attachment, and we can even put it at shoulder level or down on the ground and have them do the activity however they'd be doing it at work. So again, this has been very beneficial for us and for our patients, and we feel like they have improved faster as a result of some of these products that we've been using for the last few months. So one of the things I mentioned earlier when we were unboxing the FepSim was that it came with a tote bag or a carrying bag so that you could easily transfer these between clinics. So say you're in a small area and you travel between clinics and you don't want to buy a system for each clinic, you can just pack them up in this little FepSim bag and take it with you, and each unit will come with one of those bags.